So you'll see that all you'll need to do is just click on any image widget. You can't use this image swap by clicking on like the group itself or the mask because you could have multiple elements in the mask or in the group. So we don't know what you're highlighting. So you just need to be clicking on the image layer itself. And then under this assets tab, so this is where you still have access to your brand assets, your guidelines, and your local libraries, but you'll see now this image library tab is now available. And this pulls in every single image across your entire account. So in our case, we've got 582 images, and you can see that I can just click on any single one here and just swap out the image. One thing to note, this is pretty important, is that the fit of the image might not look correct as you're changing from one aspect ratio to another. So you'll want to make use on the right-hand side of this option. You can see that I have the ability to fill, or maybe I want this to contain instead, or to cover. And so that's going to give slightly different layouts depending on the size of the original kind of like bounding box of the first image that you used. And so it's really simple now to just like click through and just swap out to any sort of image that you want. And the big advantage here is all of my effects are still in place. You know, if I had animations on these images, if I had stroke effects, outlines, whatever I've applied, none of that is removed. So you can just set it up once basically and copy and paste, create multiple scenes and just swap out the images really, really quickly. You can also just drag and drop directly onto the canvas from your image library. So I was showing off the swap. There's some flexboard layouts, so that might end up having a weird effect at the moment, but you can just drag and drop these elements into place. We also have the ability to, there's a few different ways to sort. Right now, you'll see it's just recently used, but you could sort by the name or the ones that you use the most often. I don't know which ones those happen to be in this case, but you can also do this kind of grid icon for if you'd rather have the titles. That makes it really easy to just go alphabetical. And I see like some sweaters in here. So maybe if I wanted to search for sweaters, I can also do that. So there's some nice little ways to kind of like filter and go through this as well. Everything that I'm going over right now is also in our lovely support article. So we've got some information just about using this new feature, about the fill and contain effects. We have like the definitions for what fill versus contain versus cover is in here as well. So yeah, a really, really exciting release. It gives you a lot of freedom with your images, being able to pull those all in as well. So glad we got the chance to show that today.